Hey, everybody. Good evening. It's Tuesday night, the 28th of September, 2021. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, just doing a little midweek meetup here. I like to do a little live stream coming up the middle of the week. We're just going to go for maybe, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes or so. I don't know. So anyway, anybody, hello. Anyway, the question I am posing tonight is, do you want more of the Gabby stuff or less of it? Okay, my channel has always been a channel that deals with YouTube nomads and what's going on with the nomadic world and how it interfaces with YouTube and how it interfaces with social media. That's what I've always been doing for the last number of years here on the Camo Day channel. And so I have decided, hey, we do cover news here. Okay, we have trailer fires, we have accidents, we have wildfires, we have different things going on with the RV community and stuff like that. And so what I try to do is cover some of the news. And when certain people go missing and stuff like that, we try to cover that. Well, we are trying now to cover this Gabby Bryan story and see what's going on with that. So I want to just ask everybody, should I cover it more? Should I cover it less? I'm at a point now where I'm thinking, okay, we've got most of this out now. Okay. Unless we find Brian somewhere, unless there is more news that comes out specifically about what caused Gabby's death, there really isn't that much more to report, right? I mean, all we're doing now, dog, less or more, LESS or MORE in capital letters. We have one vote from Patty for less. Okay, thank you, Patty. So the question is, I don't want to be like these hype media organizations like Fox News and the New York Post and some of these TV stations where every day the latest stupid updates, okay, and then we got Dog the Bounty Hunter and we got John Walsh and all these other people. And I mean, we got all these other nomads, other YouTubers. And every night we got these channels. Everybody's talking about all the latest updates. And this and that, who went to this park and who didn't, and yes and no, and the lawyers are talking, and the media's doing this, and it's ridiculous, and what Brian wrote on his Instagram page 10 years ago or something like that. If the brat is found, yes. If the parents talk, okay. You be you and ignore the negative people. Again, but the question I have for you, Gold Digger, is really, I don't know quite what the audience wants here, So I'm trying to give them both, That's what I'm trying to do. I try to put up a video or two every day that are the standard regular videos that I do, which are, covering, Eric and Aja and all the other stuff that we've been covering here. And I do enjoy that. And I do still like covering that. We've got the Lollapalooza coming up. We've got everybody heading back to Arizona. We've got Blue Van Dam building out his bus. We got a lot of cool stories. And I enjoy talking about all that. It's kind of fun. Johnny B. Hello, Dr. Demento. Dr. Dementia. I'm Dr. Dementia. Report it when you feel the information is important. Yeah. Thank you, Kimberly B. Again, I don't want to get into one of these things where I'm the nightly Gabby update night. I want to start stopping that, and I want to get into the point. Now, maybe if we have an update once or twice a week with some news about what's going on, but I've been doing these live chats the last couple nights over the weekend, and people seem to like the updates. Hey, Nampa Nana, good to hear from you. I've been worried about her. Nampa Nana's not been feeling well the last few days and hasn't been around and answering the phone, so I am glad to see you here. I come here for the other kind of news. Okay, what is the other kind of news? I'm a great entertainer. Da-da-da-da. Hey, let's have some entertainment tonight, everybody. Davy Norville. Deborah and Davy. No, I'm the Mary Calvi. Every now and then it's Mary. Where's Mary Cal? Did Mary Calvi have a facelift? We were watching the other day on Entertainment Tonight. Mary, as she does, she usually often sits in for Deborah, and it's like Mary looked a little different. Something's different about Mary, right? There's something different about her. Oh, you're slowly feeling better. Well, good, Nap Banana. James Rockford is in the Malibu Beach trailer. Hey, James. So anyway, yeah. So send me that radio. Send me those radios, James. I want the radios. I want to start collecting radios here. So I don't know, man. I did an update this morning on the whole Gabby thing. There's websites that give you all the details of all the latest stuff that's going on, and I do have some interesting, I guess, ideas about what's going on. What Dog the Bounty Hunter and John Walsh and setting up camp down there. And now we got the FBI and local police and all these people doing investigations, and they're all like competing with each other. And we still don't have any charges against Brian except for the credit card stuff. So, again, and then all these people running around in front of Brian's house, you have blood on your hands and running around. I cannot imagine why Brian's parents even stay there. Can't they go somewhere else? I mean, would you want to stay there and people are running around with placards in your front yard telling you, I don't know, man. It's all just nutty. And I don't want to get into being a channel where I'm doing everyday updates unless there's something really worth updating. And I noticed when you look at the different kinds of media, the cheap, tawdry media, the tabloidy media is all over this story every day with all the latest updates. And some of the stuff is very questionable. But the mainstream media is kind of scaling back on it. ABC News tonight, they did a little quick report on it. But, it wasn't like the lead story anymore. You want more Crotchy. What do you think about that, Crotchy? Yeah, Dave, yeah. We need more Crotchy. You want gloppy food. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. So I guess I'm doing what I'm doing is okay. I still do the nomads. We still cover the nomads. They're my bread and butter. I'm going to keep doing that. But I think, as far as the nightly reports on the Gabby and Brian thing with all these silly tabloid things, I think I'm getting kind of tired of that. I kind of roll my eyes. Oh, Dog the Bounty Hunter said this. Oh, big, I'm going to get thousands of views with Dog the Bounty Hunter and all these kind of clown heads. Hey, did you notice? Patty White noticed my shirt. I was waiting for someone to notice my shirt. Look at this. I bought this over at Green Eggs and Jam there the other day. Somebody came in with a whole bunch of really cool tie-dyed shirts. I got several of them. This is my blue-green one. I've also got a kind of a pinkish red one. So, yeah, you like it? You want more Derek. Okay, more Derek. Derek posted another Instagram picture of Jax the cat, okay? And again, Jax the cat is going into the vet for all these tests and everything. And then Derek, says, I really feel like I failed Jax. Now, I've had my disagreements with Derek over the years. Eric, whatever happened to the innocent till proven guilty? Exactly, James Rockford. I do have to say, the one thing that I think Derek, Nomadic Fanatic, has done supremely well, and I will not, fault him in any way on this, is taking care of that cat. Now, yeah, he's let the cat maybe get a little too chunky, okay? Yeah, but, hey, you love the cat, give it some food. But other than that, he has been an extraordinarily good owner of that cat. He is taken care of that cat. Some of these nomads, and we shall not mention them, some of them who haven't been on YouTube for a while now, did not particularly take great care of their pets. Okay, we've seen that happen, where the pet's, an old dog, was not particularly sick for a week before they took it to the vet. You can't do that with an old dog. Derek is always good. One thing you got to say about him, whether you want to criticize whether he should have bought the house or whatever, or whatever he's done, did he need the smart car? Should he bought the Class A, go to Class C, get a Class B, get rid of the house, move back into the shop there in St. Louis? I don't know. You can argue that till you're blue in the face. The one thing I think we've said about Derek is that I agree with is he's taken excellent care of that cat. So, he puts this thing on Instagram. I think I failed Jax. Come on, man. You have doted over that cat and taking as good a care of that cat as any human being could possibly do. And to even write that is kind of like, I think I failed Jax. And it's like, oh no, please, Eric, you're right. You're wrong. He's trying to get sympathy, man. Gold Digger, as long as you report on the other nomads and not just the Gabby news, you're doing great. Besides, I don't watch local news. Keep me informed. Okay, so there is an audience out there that doesn't want to watch all the news crap and go to the New York Post and Fox News and all that. And I think again, try putting it in the mix, covering it all, because they are, Gabby and Brian were nomads. They were on YouTube. And so, yeah, it does, I think it does matter whether I cover them or not. But again, I don't think it matters that all this day-to-day bunk, it's just silly. It's getting silly now. Okay, Gabby's mother said this, and then the laundry's lawyer said this, and this, and this, and then Dog now, Dog the Bounty Hunter, setting up a big compound there in Florida so he can, continue this search forever and ever and ever. I don't know. Gabby's family actually thanks social media influencers like yourself for the coverage. All right, well, that is good then. That makes me feel a little better, Benoit. Again, I'm one of the things I say, at least in my brain, is we're doing something here to help people talk about it and get the message out. And if I can do a little bit of good in that respect, then I'm good. If we can figure out who killed Gabby and bring him to justice, then I think we're doing the right thing, But again, we want the truth to come out of this. We don't want to railroad anybody into anything, Again, the law is the law, and it is true, as somebody said here, you're innocent until proven guilty, at least in the good old US of A, technically. But in the court of public opinion, I think Mr. Bryan has been tried and sentenced already, I don't know. Drama queen. Yeah, Derek is definitely, that is the D in Derek stands for drama queen. I don't agree with you about how Derek takes care of his cat. Yeah, I mean, the cat is a little chunky, okay? But it's like Tank the pit bull. Susan and Sandy love that dog, and they probably overfeed it a little bit, and it is put on some weight. But I think all in all, Derek has been an extremely good caregiver for that kitty, okay? Doting over it, maybe overly doting over it, overly feeding it. But, hey, nobody's perfect, right? The cat is grossly overweight. It's a chunky little puff ball, it's a little puffy ball, right? Jax has been on a diet for over 2 years and lost nearly half of his body weight. As much as I dislike Derek, he does take care of the cat. See, Nat Banana's she has a chart on her wall where she's charting exactly what Jax's weight is, and it's coming down. Now he's not a skinny cat. But I do agree that Eric has taken excellent care of Jax, and I also think that Jax loves his daddy. That is very true. And I remember, when Derek was down in Florida back early last year before the pandemic, and Jax was having some issues, and he's right away taking the cat into the vet. He doesn't let it sit there and suffer for a long time like some other nomads. An overweight house pet I don't think it's tragic. It's not tragic. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute to see a nice fat kitty, Eric's new Harley is called the Midget Edition. It sits real low to the ground. Oh, well, okay. Well, he's not a midget. He's a short person. I mean, I'm only 5'12". No, I'm 5'6". I'd probably like one of those. I need to get a motorcycle too. Touch the ground. It's low to the ground for short people. Short people should be able to ride a motorcycle and not have to fall over. Anyway, Dog the Bounty Hunter is coming to Morganton for his next free. Well, I'll buy him. I would like to see Dog the Bounty Hunter come here. There was a sign, there was a report, and I couldn't find it today, that someone saw someone who looked like Brian up in the mountains up near Boone, which is just north here of Morganton, which is only an hour away. Beautiful little town there with Appalachian State. All this, it's a gorgeous town. But there's some tall guy with, skinny, tall dude, look about early 20s with a little bit of fuzz here and a hat, and I mean, good Lord. I mean, you could not go, you walk around any crowd of youngish people, college age people, and you're going to see hundreds of people that look like Brian, I mean, he could blend into any college campus. He could just walk across the college campus. No one would give him a second thought, right? Jose says, it pisses me off the Dog Bounty Hunter got in, guys trying to revive his career. Again, It's like newspapers trying to sell more papers, people trying to get more ratings, talking about Gabby and Brian. Again, I do find this case fascinating and I do kind of really get into it. Not as much as some other people do, but a lot of the minutia stuff I think is getting to be silly and minutia stuff right now, you know. Whopper is a meatless Whopper, huh? They do have a meatless Impossible Burger there. I'll buy you an Impossible Burger instead of a Whopper. Impossible Whopper, I don't know. Derek couldn't buy a schoolie, but he did see a Harley at the school event. And he got, yeah, Johnny B says, Derek needs content. Okay, he's run out of content. He's not doing the traveling anymore. So you turn into the, let's do the motorcycle, the Harley thing. Drive the Harley around. Take it to Harley conventions. That's going to be a lot of his content now. I don't know. Get a double cat carrier on the back and put Jax and Tara in there and drive Tara. And how many Harley drivers do you see driving around with cats on the back? I don't know. Come to Morganton. Morganton on the weekends is full of motorcycles. Okay, we have beautiful mountains here, and the beautiful roads that go up into the Glenville Gorge and the Blue Ridge and the Great Smokies and the Blue Ridge Parkway. And a lot of motorcycles come here, and people love. This is a primo area for motorcycles. So I think Derek should come and ride up in the mountains, and I'll buy him a Whopper. I'll buy Jax a Whopper too. How about that? Jax and Eric a Whopper. For a long time, that cat was overweight. It does a lot of damage. I don't know. I think the cat's fine. It is a little chunky, but it's a Maine Coon. They're big cat. They're a big cat. They are big cats, right? Says Kimberly, right? If he was taking care of the cat, it wouldn't. I don't know. Jax, the thing is too is Jax is not an outdoor cat, so Jax doesn't run around and chase things all. People sometimes have outdoor cats, and the outdoor cats run around and have a lot of exercise. Jax is a very leisurely cat that kind of sits around and doesn't do much. And if Jax likes that way of living, then fine, Eric likes them big and thick. I don't know. The one thing you have to say about Eric Derrick is it's amazing how he continues to keep his channel going and, keep whatever that content is. He knows all the ways to keep people involved in his content, even though he's not traveling that much anymore. The house gave him some content for a year and a half there. And now it's, Jackson, the motorcycle, and I don't know. The cat has had regular vet visits, and that's exactly right, Nampanan. I think we've talked about that he's been very good with taking Jax to get checked out. And Jax is probably back on a diet, He had big boys. He's losing weight, though. Eric will take care of him. I think you're very right, Sue. I'd rather see you, Dave, than Dog the Bounty Hunter. Good, thank you. I appreciate that. Kimberly. That's that line. What was that Dustin Hoffman movie? What's that? Kimberly. Remember when he comes off at the end of the movie and he pulls the wig off and he turns out to be a man? Kimberly. What was that movie called? That was Mrs. Doubtfire. Was that Mrs. No. That was Robin Williams. Dustin Hoffman. Tootsie. I'm thinking of Tootsie. I'm getting all my cross-dress movies mixed up. There was Mrs. Doubtfire with Robin Williams. That's a different movie. Tootsie with Dustin Hoffman. Remember that movie? And he plays the soap opera star. And at the very end of the movie, Kimberly, and then he rips off his wig and he's, I'm a man, baby. Remember that movie, Tootsie? Remember that? 1977 or something. A lot of drama there. Hey, Thanae, how are you doing? Sherry, how are you doing? Thank you. Well, we got a super chat tonight. Benoy, thank you so much for that. I got to find a piece of paper here that has nothing written on it so I can write down all the super chats I get tonight. Thank you. I always like to do that so I can remember to thank everybody. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you. Let sanity and maturity prevail. Thank you. I am thinking Brian hooked up with Unstoppable Morgan. Okay, here, where's Unstoppable Morgan headed? Okay, Now, she posted another little video up on Instagram this evening, and she looks like she's in some place like Kansas. Okay, flat. It looks very, very, very flat where she is. So she said she's in a place cooler than Tennessee. So where's she headed? Now, there have been rumors, barren rumors I've been hearing from my sources here at the Camo channel, that she may be wanting to go back and settle back in California where she used to live, and there's a property there and whatever. And there's a possibility that she's headed west to do that. However, where is she now? She looks like she may be out on the Great Plains, maybe Colorado, that eastern part of Colorado, or Kansas or Nebraska or someplace like that, maybe Texas. But it's cooler and it's flat. So if you watch her Instagram tonight, tell me where you think she is. My friend saw someone who looked like him on the Appalachian Trail and called the FBI. Okay. But again, there's probably a lot of guys on the Appalachian Trail that have that, they're young 23-year-olds that are skinny and tall and have a little fuzz on their face, So what are you going to do? Hey, what the heck? So what do you do? I saw a guy on the Appalachian Trail that looked like Brian Laundrie. Okay, oh, what are they going to do? Oh, thank you for the report. Click. When by the time you report that, he's already down the trail somewhere, Why would Brian hike the Appalachian Trail? And all these people are going to see him, and they all are watching all this coverage. I don't think that's a particularly smart thing to do. My guess is he got on a boat. They paid some captain to drive him down to somewhere on the Mexican coast. Belize would be a good place. They speak English there. Or somewhere in the Caribbean, a lot of English-speaking islands where you can understand everybody, although Jamaica's a little bit, hey, man, talk like this. Anyway, I think he's somewhere down in the Caribbean, Gulf of Mexico basin somewhere. I think that's where he is. The FBI is probably hindering the investigation given their track record. I think with all the stuff going on right now with Dog the Bounty Hunter and all this other stuff is just kind of messing things up. You don't want to reveal all your you may, again, there may be a chance that Brian was there with his parents at the DeSoto Park, and he was, but maybe he was sleeping in the back seat of the car when they left and they didn't see him leave. I don't know. But, if the police and the FBI really put some credence into that, why aren't they searching that park like crazy, like they did with the Carlton Reserve down there in Northport? I don't know. There's a lot of questions. Jax did attack and kill Angela's cat. Do you think so, James? I don't think so. I think Angela's cat was just old and sick. But that did kind of break up their relationship, didn't it? That was right after Derek bought that Class A. I don't know. You think, again, there's those two women there in Moab that went missing. Well, they didn't go missing. They were found dead, shot at about the same time Brian and Gabby were there in Moab. I don't know. Now we have the Moab police chief taking an extended period of absence. I don't know. I really don't know. There's lots of little soap opera-y stories around here. Dustin Hoffman. Yeah. Remember him? Tootsie? What's your favorite Dustin Hoffman movie? All the President's Men. I always liked Dustin Hoffman and All the President's Men. The Graduate. Now that was a great Dustin Hoffman movie. We should do that. What's your favorite Dustin Hoffman movie? Dustin Hoffman. Who's that? What's that movie with Tom Hanks? Not Tom Hanks. The mentally challenged guy. What was that? What was his name? My brain is letting me down here. The future of rock and roll. Hey, Dwight Kinney. My brain does that. It races around and then just gives me a lot of half shots of things, and I can't think of things. What was the name of that movie? I got to look it up. Thank God for Google, right? Dustin Hoffman. I'm just going to look at that one. What was the name of that movie? Rain Man. The Rain Man. There's the Rain Man. That was a good movie. So what was your favorite Dustin Hoffman movie? I like The Graduate. Oh, Midnight. Was it Midnight? The Midnight movie. Midnight Cowboy. Midnight Cowboy. That was a good movie. But again, these are old movies that most of you people probably have never seen. They're trying to say Brian did the Augustus Lindbergh Jr. 20-month kidnapping. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Lindbergh is hanging out with I don't know, man. Who knows? The missing Lindbergh baby. I don't know. Per Google, a Maine Coon cat weighs 13 to 18 pounds. Females weigh 8 to 12 pounds. So I do think that Jax is a bit more than that, right? Yeah, I don't know. Brian knows how to use the ladder. Anyway, remove a kidney, have kidney stones and a terrible infection, then buy a motorcycle. Yeah. Okay, we're not talking about Kevin there, or we're talking about Kenny there. I think Jurassic Pork Chop. Brightest bulbs. Somewhere out of reach of the FBI or state police jurisdiction, but yeah, and I think that Brian is probably somewhere where they don't get Fox News and the New York Post, someplace in the Caribbean where they're not getting to the media, American media saturation. I do think so. So yeah. Anyway, is Living Free Mike really working on a farm? That's what I'm hearing, Jurassic Pork Chop, that he is not done with YouTube. He's going to get his S together and maybe get another dog and come back on YouTube. But it'll be, I'm saying about somebody that told me that said, but it will be different. Dog is wanted in Mexico. Did he ever handle his court case there? I don't know. What was his? I don't really follow him. Midnight Cowboy. Yeah, that's a great movie. That is a very good movie. The screaming Rain Man like a wayward Jeopardy audience. Screaming. Yeah. Rain Man! Do that. It's like I watch Jeopardy and you scream. It's like a really easy question. And none of the three Jeopardy people get it. George Washington! Who is George Washington? Millard Fillmore? Al Pacino, Dog Day Afternoon. Oh, that's a good movie. Yeah, Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man. That's a great movie. That's a good movie. I like that. What is it? 99X, the future of rock and roll. Again, the one thing about being in Florida and needing to get out, get away from it all is there's a lot of smuggling crap going into Florida, and there's a lot of questionable boats, whether you're probably in the Tampa area, probably in Miami, down in the Keys. You pay somebody some money and you say, hey, I want to go to, Caymans or some little Bahamian island somewhere. You want to go somewhere, one, where they speak English, and number two, you want to go somewhere where Americans are seen, you would stand out, as I think what Dog Bounty Hunter said. If you went to Mexico, certain parts of Mexico, as a gringo, you'd probably stand out. The people there are kind of darker colored. But places like where they're tourists, you go to, Belize or Jamaica or some places like that where there's Americans around, a few Americans, you wouldn't stand out. Oh, thank you, smartphone. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're doing a little midweek mambo here today, a meetup. And my question is, is it okay if I cover some more of the Gabby and Brian stuff, or would you rather see me cover something else? The regular nomads. I'm doing a little bit of both now, but I'm kind of thinking, all right, we've kind of covered the Gabby stuff. I don't want to get into doing the daily updates of every little silly thing that happens, Little man syndrome. I saw the photo of Brian's bedroom when the house had been for sale a few years ago. He had a dark poster and some sort of a GUN. Well, most 20-year-olds probably have the same stuff on the wall, right? All right, there you go. If they do have the Gabby and Brian movie somewhere down the road, who should play Brian? Kramer versus Kramer was a very good movie there. Yes, I did like that. Again, Dustin's been in a lot of good movies. But I do. My guess, my favorite would probably be The Graduate. It was just he was very young. That was like one of his first movies, and he was kind of innocent in it. And I think he was perfectly cast for the part. She went with her girlfriends to the friend's place out of town with a couple of days. Oh man. Hey Taz. Oh, your honey. Your honey there, Tasman. Yeah, Taz is all alone with his dog and cat. The wife is fled. The wife has left. Taz's wife has left him. Taz's wife has left him. She's left him. And what is Taz gonna do? Stuck with the dog and the cat. Molly and Emmett. Ugh. Poor Taz. When Katrina happened, I was in Alaska and didn't even know what happened for a week. Yeah. There's a place. There's an interesting place that, again, okay, so we do know that Brian was hanging out with his parents there that first week. He got back to Florida on the 1st of September and then did at least 2 camping trips with his parents to the DeSoto area, south of St. Petersburg. And then we had Labor Day weekend, right? Yeah, okay, the 9th. And then we had Labor Day weekend, and then it was the 10th, the 11th, which was Saturday of Labor Day weekend. And this is the weekend after Labor Day, excuse me. Anyway, back up, yeah. Anyway, so he had time to get maybe in a car. Maybe he went to Alaska. I don't know. Alaska would be a very interesting place for him to be. He does have the outdoorsman skills. You got to probably wear a lot of heavy clothes up there because it's getting colder, so you can disguise yourself better. I don't know. Get a job on a fishing boat or something like a Brian. Yeah, another Brian, Adventure Van Man, Am I eating frozen dinners, Tasmide? Yeah. He's doing DoorDash. He's got lots of DoorDash. Change the locks, close out the joint accounts. I don't know, man. Yeah. Invite the guys over for some poker. Invite the neighborhood gentlemen over. Have a nice little poker party there. You should do that. If I was younger, I would have a wild party, buy a new car, a crazy party. Oh, James Bond is back, huh? Is Daniel Craig still James Bond? I don't know. Yeah, I need to change my plane reservations. I can do that. I'll change my plane reservations from Phoenix to Portland. I'll do that, and then I'll go to Portland instead. Oh no, Aunt Banana! Your granddaughter's having her gallbladder. That's piece of. My sister had that. It was outpatient surgery. I remember when my sister had that. They don't even put you in the hospital overnight. They pump you up with gas. They do, and then they make a tiny little incision and they laparoscopy. They go in, they snip, and take it out, and then but they blow you up. So they can get in there and do that. But it's a very simple procedure. And I think my sister was home the same night. I don't think they only keep you in overnight if there's some sort of a minor complication. But I think even nowadays they just send you home. It's an outpatient thing. Every time my wife went out with her girlfriends, I went out with my girlfriend. There you go. And who is your girlfriend? Aja. It was Aja, right? Reveal yourself, James Rockford. Rosie. It was Rosie. You were one of Rosie's boyfriends back then, right? I know you were. What happened to Wonderless Estates X? God, what was her name? Renee. Yeah, A.T. Renee. She was from Ohio, Cincinnati. She did a little bit of traveling over the summer. She did a couple videos, and then I think she's got a jobby poo. I think she's probably back to work. It's very interesting. They were at a nice relationship, and then what was it about early this past year? They just split up, and then he was stuck there in Ohio or Kentucky, was it? With his broken down vehicle, and then James had to get back up to Washington State, where his family is, and then he got everything fixed back up, and now he's doing okay. And then he did his latest video from Descend on Bend, and he's still got some health issues. He's got that brain tumor, I think, that's kind of still bugging him there. But is she still RVing or is she in South America? I don't know. Why would she be in South America? I think she's just working. I think she lives in the Cincinnati area. At Renee, if you're out there watching this, give me a hit me up at CamoDavidGMX.com and let me know what's going on. Hey, bend over. What are the senior citizens complaining about tonight? Nothing much. Tie-dye Dave. Yeah, tie-dye Dave. This is pretty nice. It's a nice shirt. You like it? I think I got it over at Green Eggs and Jam. It's very nice. See? Hey, I'm 63. Look at what great shape I'm in, man. I'm in pretty good shape. I'll tell you. My old girlfriend lives in Colorado, has a husband who was a cop, and she was a cop. Wow. The Westphalia Chronicles. Sell your stuff, buy a Van Gogh Nomadic. I don't know. I like my little apartment here. I like it. I don't know. My goal was when I moved into this apartment back in early 2020 was to use this as a home base, but not to be here all the time. And I was here all the time last year because of the pandemic. And this year's been kind of more pandemic than we all thought the pandemic was going to be over, but no, it's been more pandemic coming, and there's probably more pandemic coming next year. But I'm getting out on the road on the airplane. I'm flying around in an airplane, and I will be doing Arizona around Thanksgiving, and then I'll probably be going up to my sister's place in the DC area for Christmas. And then I want to do some trips. I want to get out to Portland, Oregon, and I don't know. I got some trips planned for next year, so I'm going to be doing some stuff. Maybe Vegas. Maybe I'll go back out to Phoenix again. I will have a studio there in the Phoenix area, so I may as well go out there a couple times a year, Why did the Moab police get the driver's license as soon as they pulled Brian over? Why didn't they? I don't know. Didn't they? They didn't? I would think the minute they pull you over, they want to run a background check and check. The first thing a cop does when he pulls you over is ask for your license. I don't know. I didn't know they didn't do that. Hey, Lee, I want to go out to see Lee too. I want to get out to Vegas. He's not in Vegas, but he's not far from Vegas. I'm going to go to Vegas again. I think that would be cool. I like Vegas. Rosie and I'd like to hang out with Rosie in Vegas. I think that would be fun. And Monkey Boy and all of the Mr. Z and Monkey Boy, and that would be fun. Wouldn't that be fun? I'd like to do that. No, Dave, not A.T. Renee. That's the Spanish lady Wonderlust used to be. Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm mixing things up then. What store has everything? Dave, Dania would say you're short and chubby, but then again, I would say she is short, and I'm not chubby. I'm stocky. Okay, I used to be skinny when I was young, and then I just kind of got beefy. I'm kind of beefy, but I'm not FAT. You're a front door man. Well, crank up the Gabby. Yeah, you want more Gabby. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Green Eggs and Jam. Yeah. That store. Oh, yeah. Right. That store does have everything. Yeah. Stacy's been away this week. He was celebrating his birthday. His birthday was this past week, and he's taking a couple days off, so he wasn't at the store today. He opens up. He's on Tuesday through Saturday, and I went over there today, and the store was still closed. So I imagine he'll be coming back later this week. I'm pretty sure Rosie would turn you out and have you holding somebody's pocket by the end of the night. What? I was a reporter. Yes, when I got out of college, I had a degree in communication arts, and I got a job at one of the local Northern Virginia newspapers. I loved it. It was a fun job for about 3 or 4 years, and it was a weekly, but I covered courts, police, and business. Those are my 3 beats. We had 3 reporters, and the other reporter covered I don't know, whatever they covered. But I got the fun beat. I covered politics, and I met Chuck Robb, who was running for governor back then, Virginia. So I did that. And then I wrote for Associated Press. I didn't work for them. I was like a freelance contract person that covered the county government for Associated Press for a couple of years for their broadcast division. Okay. I didn't cover writing stuff for them. What I would do is the county government make a vote on something, and then I'd run to the payphone, call them up and say, the county government, Fairfax County government just voted 4-2 to approve an office building for such and such a street, and it will have a huge impact on traffic. And then I would drive home and I'd hear the radio, WTOP All News, and they'd say, the Associated Press has just reported that the Fairfax County government is, and I'm going, yeah. Gravity is undefeated. I used to be skinny when I was young. You know what's funny, Briar? I just changed about mid-30, I think 35. My life just went like flipping a switch. I used to be real skinny and hyper. I still am kind of hyper, but I used to be real skinny and an all-nighter. I was like, Mr. No Sleep. I would be up till 2, 3 in the morning, and then I'd sleep till, 9:30 or 10, something like that. That's how I was. I was Mr. All-Nighter. And then all of a sudden things changed. Like flipping a switch, and then I started to put on some weight, and then bedtime, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, Just make your own drinks and don't set them down anywhere. There's hefty youngsters these days are going to be huge. They're going to be huge. With your history of being a reporter, I bet you'll figure out where Brian is. Again, my guess is he's somewhere in the Caribbean, either Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean. He's not in the United States. I think he left. I think he'd be a fool. If he doesn't want to get caught, he'd be a fool to stay in the States. So he's in either Mexico or Costa Rica or Belize. That's probably, Belize, Costa Rica would be a good place to go because a lot of people speak English there, a lot of expats there. So he'd blend in with the American expats, the European expats. So he wouldn't stand out like a sore thumb. Same thing with Belize to some degree, but Belize is an English-speaking country. So that would make sense. They probably do get Fox News down there, though. So everybody down there is probably talking about Gabby and Brian, so who knows? But what is a payphone? Remember that? There's still a little Spanish grocery store here that has the payphone kiosks there. I don't think the payphones are in them anymore, but they still have them. Instant news on the Twitter. That's right. I did photography for the Chicago Tribune and the Sun Times back in the late 70s and early 80s, back when you used Tri-X 400 black and white speed. Oh, yeah, James. We had a reporter there at the newspaper I worked for, Jim Kirby, I remember his name. And he would take me in the dark room, and we'd shut the door, and you know what would happen. No, he'd develop film. Dave, come into the dark room, shut the door. And they have a red light. You can use red light in the dark room. It doesn't develop the film. You're 6 feet 9 inches when excited. John Tiger, the 2 women who were murdered in Moab, once worked at the food. Yeah, one of them worked at that Moonflower Co-op. Really, her pic was on Gabby's Instagram. Wow. I don't know. Again, everybody would look at that and say there's got to be some sort of connection there. I don't know, My other theory is there's another man involved in this story. Maybe Gabby was seeing someone else besides Brian. And maybe she met somebody at a bar on one of those Western towns, and maybe he was following them. I don't know. There's just something, there's an element to this story that just isn't getting reported. That is my gut feeling. I don't know anything more than that. It's just a gut feeling I have. There's more to Gabby and Brian's relationship than just the 2 of them. Okay? And I don't know. I'm not saying that because I saw any evidence of anything. It's just my gut feeling. You look for a payphone when your pager goes off. Call your service. Hello, Dr. Rockford here. I got to rush into an emergency gallbladder. All right, I'll be right. Head over to Kettering Memorial. Right. Goodbye. God, your pager. You go to the phone booth and take off your glasses and look around. Super Rockford, saving the day here in Chicago, or down on the Loop. What do you personally think about people who do not take the jab? I think they're STUPID. Thank you. I do. I really do. I really think, I don't know. Again, you have 3 vaccines to choose from. You don't like the mRNAs, go take the Johnson & Johnson, but get your jab. It's certainly better than getting this stupid Delta variant, okay? Geez, how many people on their, deathbeds are laying there going, oh, I wish I had gotten the shot. Come on, it's painless. It's free. It's FRE. You don't even have to pay for the stupid shots. You got your 3rd Pfizer. Good for you, Julio. I'm going to get my 3rd one probably in October, probably toward the end of October. They said 6 months. So that's about 6 months after I got my 2nd one. I want to get it before I do my trip out to Phoenix. I just will feel better, being in the airplane and all that with the 3rd one. I definitely recommend getting it. Just go down and do it. It's really not that big of a deal. It really is very small potatoes, okay? I mean, it's very, good Lord, you're taking more of a risk driving down the freeway these days than you're getting the shot. I thought Pfizer moved Amasiso by what? Man, Brian was probably jealous of people's comments and attention to Gabby on her YouTube. I don't know. Again, I don't know. Dog found a campsite that he thinks is Brian's, and there was a picture of him and Gabby at the campsite. Yeah, there was that picture. There was a pic down at the campsite. That was a picture. There was a picture there earlier of Gabby and Brian visiting that area right there, the jail cell, and they had the picture behind bars, and then they made jokes. There was some joke made about, hey, one day you're going to be in jail, I guess directed to Brian. And they kind of laughed about it like, someday you're going to really end up in jail. Ha, ha, ha. Man, that was weird. I cannot afford the deductible to get a hospital stay. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I mean, it's cheaper. I mean, if just for money, get the free vaccine to prevent you from spending hundreds of thousands of dollars in a hospital, I did get my COVID vax. However, I do notice black sedans following me. Julio, yeah. My blood is magnetic now. That's all bullshit. Hey, Nomadic Weather Bear, watching Fringe with my girlfriend in Florida. Forgot how great it was. Yeah, I binge watched that. I had a friend who had the Fringe DVD when I was up in Northern Virginia and watched a lot of those episodes. Very good show. A very good thing. I really did enjoy it. Fringe is very good. Yes, I'm watching. My good buddy Tasmod turned me onto this channel called Dust. It's on YouTube, DUST, some really freaky, good, well-done sci-fi. They're not really movies. They're little vignettes. Sometimes they're 20-minute little shows, and sometimes they go to an hour. It's kind of Twilight Zone-y, kind of Black Mirror-ish if you're into Netflix. Very much like Black Mirror, if you watched any Black Mirror on Netflix. I really like it. It's called Dust, D-U-S-T, and just search for that on YouTube. And it's quite an extensive, a lot of sci-fi stuff, some very, very interesting stuff. If you like Fringe, you'll like Dust. I think my farts changed after the shots. For the better? They smell better, right? See? I don't know. Yeah, Mr. Rockford had COVID twice, 14 days in the hospital. The jab did not help you. The jab did help you, Mr. Rockford. You probably, you got out of the hospital and you're doing better. Okay, if you didn't have that jab, Mr. Rockford, you might be the late Mr. Rockford. You could. You very well could. The late Mr. We'd be doing the late Mr. Rockford. But no, you're still around. You're still doing oxygen therapy at home. Yeah, okay. Wow. Mr. Rockford, are you like a chain smoker or something? Do you like smoke a pipe or a cigar? It's worse. I think COVID will be worse for folks that do a lot of smoking stuff. Pneumatic ranch dressing in pandemic land. I do wish they would change the vaccination since the variant changed. Again, next year you're probably going to have to get another booster, and this time maybe they'll have some variant coverage in it. I don't know. And maybe that's a good reason to maybe wait a little bit on getting the booster. If you wait till December, January, maybe they'll put something extra in it. The boosted booster, the booster plus, I don't know. I got the shots, took decades to retire, and I'm planning to stay alive. Good for you, Briar Rose. You are on 2L oxygen now at home. Yeah, Susan had those big oxygen canisters all over the house there when I was up in Springfield. You can get quite a nice feeling from a shot of pure oxygen. Oh, whoa, man. Mindy TikTok. More nomads doing product promotions like Lex. Yeah. It's supper time for Nana. What are you doing tonight, Nana? What's on the dinner plate? Is that going to be some DoorDash or some I don't know, or some steak and hash? I don't know. They are working on an oral version of the COVID vaccination. I did hear that, Mindy. I don't but I've been diabetic 30 years with insulin, but I keep my sugars. Okay, so yeah, see, Mr. Rockford, you do have an underlying health condition, so it's good that you get that. Again, hey, you don't know. You might have, if you didn't get your vaccine, you might have not made it, Yeah, oh yeah, there's a lot of breakthrough cases, Tasmod. A lot of folks get the V even after the shots, but again, hopefully in most cases they don't get cases where they actually need to get treated. The dust shadow. Yeah, Tasmod. Yeah, Tasmod turned me onto that. It's called Dust. DUST. It's a whole bunch of cool science fiction stuff on the YouTube. Anyway, I'm not going to stay on too much longer tonight. We are just doing a quick little midweek mambo here. Just going to say hi to everybody. I get the impression that most people do not mind if I do cover the Gabby and Brian stuff occasionally here on the channel, along with all the other nomads. So I'm going to continue doing it. If we get some news, if they find Brian, if there's some real evidence of where he's been, if we hear more about the autopsy for Gabby, I will definitely, come in and do some special. Maybe we'll do a live stream one evening, but, I'm not going to be doing everyday updates. I think that's, the silly stuff, all the kooky stuff that Dog the Bounty Hunter says, Dog the Bounty Hunter thought this, and Brian's family's lawyer shot down pretty much everything that Dog the Bounty Hunter said. So I don't know. Leave him out there. Derek Jack's tears equals Harley Davidson. That's right. Got some extra. He did. He got his Patreons up a bit. His Patreons were kind of slumping down, and then ever since Jax was sick, they've gone back up again. So it has worked. Brian was dealing with an upset fighting Gabby. He overreacted, trying to defend himself. Thank you, Mr. Rockford. Mr. Rockford. More Arizona cash. All right. I have talked to a number of very well-known nomads that I'm going to do some meetups with there in Arizona. That's right. Randy the Mobile Traveler. I'm going to be meeting up with him. Emmett did tell me to feed him tonight. The Tico, feed me! Remember Gaines burgers? We used to give our dog Gaines burgers. They still have those. They were like little hamburgery things that you break up and put in the bowl. Dry dog food. Our dog. What? Oh, we had a dog. We had a cocker spaniel that loved. Remember? I don't know if anybody remembers this Cadillac dog food. Does anybody remember Cadillac dog food? Maybe that's back from the 70s. And you'd open it up and it'd be glop. And it'd be stinky, smelly, liquidy, gooey glop. And you'd pour it in the bowl. And our little Cocker Spaniel just loved Cadillac dog food. And it reeked. It was like you'd be nauseous smelling it. Like, but that dog loved his Cadillac dog food. Yeah, Gaines burgers. Remember the Gaines burgers? Yeah, I like the Gaines burgers. They're very just, no mess, But the Cadillac dog food, I don't know. I got to Google that and see if that's still around. But it was awful. I don't know what they put in that. It was this gelatinous liquid gluck. And it's brown and it was gross. And it would just slop in the bowl. But that little cocker would come over and just it'd be gone in like 20 seconds. The whole wretched pile of it. Yeah, with the fake cheese. Right. They had that little fakey cheese in there. I don't know what those little yellow things were. Cocker Spaniel. We had a Cocker Spaniel. He was a nice dog, but he was very, very hypertonic. And, he was not a nice dog, but, he could be nice but he was not like, not a natively nice dog, but he was okay. He lived to be 15 or so and he died. He had a big giant lump on his lip, and we had to having to get it removed, and it kept growing back. And this, my dad was saying, we were not going to spend money on cancer surgery. He's an old dog, and we kept him comfortable, and he did just not wake up one morning. So, but our old doggy. Yeah, Carol, Brian does have a history, and that's obviously been, I don't know, he's also apparently very much a outdoor hiker and survivalist. So that would definitely aid him if he's trying to hide out somewhere, Mom used to feed our golden with Rival. I remember Rival. It stunk. Yeah, maybe it was made by the same company that made Cadillac and Rival. And he'd open it up and just like, literally it was nauseating to smell it. He was like, ugh. But the dog sure loved it. They really did. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to pull the plug on this. We're going for about an hour here. I want to thank Benoit and Mr. Rockford for your kind donations tonight. So I will keep covering Gabby and Brian, and we'll see what's going on there. But I'm not going to be ramping it up every day, unless, of course, some breaking news happens. Let me just double check here and see if we got any breaking news before I sign off. Because I'll sign off and then, oh my God, they found Brian. No, I just want to make sure there's no big news here. I will pull up the compendium of news updates. And they are, lawyer confirms Brian Laundrie was at Florida campground with parents. However, all three went in and all three went out, debunking Dog the Bounty Hunter. Dog the Bounty Hunter setting up a Florida base for Brian Laundrie search. He was on Marco Island. Oh, my parents used to go to Marco Island. They loved that place. If my dad lived long enough to retire, I think they probably would have retired in Marco Island. Wow. Okay. All right, Briar, Shemay, nice to see you, Shemay. That was very generous of you, that very kind donation to Rosie tonight. Rosie's such a nice person. You ever check out Rosie O'Kelly there? She has a very nice channel. And she said she's not sure when she's coming to North Carolina. She was hoping to get here. She's out in California. She was hoping to get here by sometime this late fall, but then I'm going to be going west to Phoenix and San Diego. So maybe we'll get to meet up in San Diego if she's down in LA, and maybe we can get together. I do want to do Vegas sometime next year, maybe early in the year. I really want to get back out to Vegas because I do love Vegas like everybody else. So maybe I will be able to do that, and I can hang out with Rosie and some of her guys. Then that would be cool. Hey, East Coast GS. Oh, yeah, rewind and watch the show. It is one of our better ones. That's right. I'm proud of this one. Damn it. I am really proud of this live stream. It's one of my best. So I want you all, if you're just joining us, as soon as I sign off, go back and watch the whole thing. Shimei. Just hi, hey, hi, hey. Keep the news going. Oh man. Rosie's a nice person. She's had a anyway. So as Shimei, as her channel gotten remonetized, that Rosie O'Kelly channel was demonetized, but I did notice she had that little dollar sign back there this tonight. So was she back monetized on there again? I don't know. I'll have to get some background information on that. She was having some issues there with the good old Elvis and stuff, and all that thing I think is played out now. I don't know. Patty White has just started watching. Well, thank you. Nope, no new updates tonight on the Gabby stuff. What else is going on? Let's see. Just check a few things if any new videos have been posted. Oh, there I am. Rosie, and Rosie's up too. We're competing. We're going right live with Rosie. Oh my goodness, I got to get off and I'll go over and watch Rose. Go over and watch Rosie, everybody. Man, we're all these live streamers are all competing with each other. We're all like, it's like ABC. I'm on ABC and she's on CBS and he's on Fox, and oh my God. Yeah, they've been getting a lot of rain. My friend in Phoenix said they've had 73 days where it's rained at least some bit of the day in a row. And that's a rarity. I don't think that's ever happened, that it has rained at least a couple minutes, not rained all day for 73 days, but 73 consecutive days it has rained at least a little bit, at least a little bit of every day. Yeah, it's just Rosie O'Kelly. Rosie O apostrophe Kelly. I think there's no E in it. Just you'll find it. Rosie O'Kelly. She's been giving off vibes of an ex-cop or security guard doing that, roaming around. Yeah, she does like to do that. She gets in her car at about sunset there in beautiful Santa Rosa and drives around and looks at all the ne'er-do-wells, all the creepy people in Santa Rosa in the evenings doing strange things in the parks. Yes. Yes. Davey! She looks like a Ma actor from some comedy show. Who does she look like? I don't know. I'm trying to find somebody that maybe, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Yeah, she's also Rosie McNamara. Yeah, she also has a couple different other channels. Right. Okay, that's donated to Mr. That is in memory of Mr. Rockford for his kind donation tonight, and to Benoit. Thank you. So anyway. Oh, you know what? I'll do that on my next live chat. Okay, I put that damn 8-ball I put back in the pile of junk back there. We'll get the 8-ball out for my next show. I may do a live stream on Thursday. I'm thinking of doing a live stream this Thursday. So if I do one this Thursday, we'll have the 8-ball out and we'll ask it some questions. Okay. It's gonna take me. I gotta dig through all that stuff over there. We'll have, then we got the screaming goat. Yeah, these are our characters. She's not very ladylike drinking her beers. Hey, the Swedes. Hey, you're at the bitter end here, Chad. The bitter end. You just made it at the very end of the show. So I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and sing a song. Ooh. Sounds like someone's shooting fireworks off. I just heard what sounds like fireworks. Or it's a gunfight. Maybe there's a gunfight here in Morganton tonight. Checks its prostate. Yeah. Okay, check your prostate. Oh, no, it beeped. It beeped. Didn't like that. Yeah, I got this shirt. I got another one, too. This is my tie-dye shirt. I've looked very 70s tonight. Isn't this nice? Yeah, I think it's nice. I Buckets over at Green Eggs and Jam. Yeah, anyway, the Eagles, yeah. The NFC East, the good old NFC East. Well, I think with the Dallas win, right, that makes the Washington football team in second place in the East, right, with a 1-2 record. So who knows? Yeah, somebody's like, I hear somebody's doing fireworks tonight. I wonder why. What's tonight? It's the 28th of September. Why would somebody be shooting fireworks off tonight? I don't know. On a Tuesday night. It's not ugly, Nick. It's a beautiful shirt. I think tonight's t-shirt is a hint that Dave's parties. What do we know? Brian's out there. Maybe they're capturing Brian. Maybe he's over there, down by Green Eggs and Jam. Maybe he's, maybe, I don't know. Maybe he's trying to get to me and come on, bang on the door and come in here and Brian Laundrie. Oh, you're going to, the Morganton police will come over and take you down to Florida or wherever, Wyoming. Yeah, someone is shooting fireworks. Like, can you hear that? That's weird. I'm wondering why they're doing that. I don't know. Tie-dyed shirts rock. All right. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you later. And I appreciate everybody being here tonight. And all right. I have a wonderful crowd. And I want to thank my mods, the Swedes and Aunt Banana. And, of course, always the lovely and wonderful Shanae. All right, everybody. I don't know where the Doxinator is tonight. There's no football on Tuesday night, is there? No. So I don't know what he's doing. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Vlog under.